Tobit and Anna are worried. Tobit speaks. Chapter 10. I knew how long it should take Tobias to travel to the town of Rages and back, and I counted each day. But when the time had gone by, I became so worried that at last I wondered out loud, what could be keeping Tobias? Maybe Gabael is dead, and there is no one else to give him the money. Anna replied, I'm sure it's my son who is dead. Then she started weeping and cried out, I've never known such sorrow. My son made my eyes sparkle. Why did I ever let him go? But I kept trying to encourage her by saying, Now, my darling, don't cry. There's no need to worry. I'm sure Tobias is all right. After all, the man who went with him is a relative of ours, and he can be trusted. Something unexpected must have delayed them. Tobias will be home soon, so you don't need to worry or even talk about it any more. You're the one who should stop talking, she answered. Don't try to hide the truth from me. I know my son is dead. Each morning Anna hurried out and started watching the road, hoping to see our son, and no one could change her mind. Then at sunset she would come back inside and weep bitterly all night long without getting a wink of sleep. Tobias and Sarah start home. Reguel had promised his daughter a wedding celebration of 14 days, and at the end of those 2 weeks Tobias went to him and said, Soon after I arrived here, I told you my father was in bad health. I am sure that by now both he and my mother must think I am dead, and that they will never see me again. So please, let me return home. But Reguel replied, Stay with us, my son, and I will send someone to tell your father the news about you. Sir, I beg you, Tobias answered. Please let me return home. So Reguel immediately agreed to let Tobias leave with Sarah, and he gave Tobias half of everything he owned, including his slaves, his oxen and sheep, his donkeys and camels, and his clothing, money, and household things. Then, before sending the two of them away with his blessing, he hugged Tobias and said, Goodbye, my son. I hope you don't have any trouble along the way. And I now ask the Lord to make you and your wife successful and to bless you with children. I pray that I will see them before I die. After this, Reguel kissed Sarah and said, My daughter, you must now go to live with your father-in-law and mother-in-law, because they are now as much your parents as your mother and I. You go with my blessing, but make sure that I always hear good things about you. Goodbye, my dear. Then Reguel's wife Edna said, Tobias, my son, I pray that the Lord will let you and Sarah return here before I die, so I may see my grandchildren. And with God as my witness, I place my daughter Sarah in your care. Please don't ever cause her any sorrow. My son, I am your mother, and Sarah is your dear wife. I pray that God will always bless our family. Now I wish you a safe journey. Then she kissed them both and said goodbye. As Tobias was leaving, he was so happy that he shouted, I praise the Lord of heaven and earth, the King of all creation, who made my trip successful. Reguel and Edna, I will show you proper respect for as long as I live. Then he told them goodbye.